Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Just a quick little update. I've done a video just about this company that we dealt with and they were terrible. That's going to come in a second. But if you wait till the very end as well, we've got a bit of an update, which to be honest, it was proper shocking when we found out about it. Exactly what they did and how badly this company scammed us. So watch till the very end and I'll give you an update. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you saw my previous video where I was talking about what's been going on for the last couple of months in terms of the house, you will have also heard about the worst experience I've ever had with a company. And this is the one that I wanted to talk about today, just because if you are moving home, you should not use this company at all. You should not touch them with a barge pole, as the phrase says. So, let's roll the titles and talk about it. Welcome back, guys. Give me a like and a subscribe if you like what you're about to watch. Also, or like what you watch, should I say. Also, as well, if I save you from having to use this company, also let me know if you have used the company. I did have a good experience. It was a pretty bad experience for us. So, as you will have seen with the previous video, we had to move. So, we had to get a removal company. Now, we did check one company and it was like 500 quid all in, get the all the stuff across to the new property. We haven't moved far. It were probably just over a mile, maybe, might even be just a mile. It's not far at all. So we needed to get a company and we tried one and they'd done 500 and this other company was 400 and I believe I've got my figures here. So they were £474. So we thought, yeah, we'll go with them. Also, if you rent here in the UK, there is like an app that a lot of the estate agents do called Canopy, where they put all the details on there. They'll put like your references, all your information on there, and then they can transfer it to different estate agents depending on who you end up renting with. So this Canopy app actually advertises this company. They actually advertise this company as being the best and the most cheapest. So again, we thought a good recommendation. The problem is, it was just awful. So we booked them in. They turned up in the morning. They said they'd be here between 8 and 9. Turned up at 9. Starts offloading stuff. Now, when it was being booked that we were moving home. And they asked loads of questions like, what are the furniture are you going to be sending? So we gave them a list of the furniture. And that was it. We just assumed that would be everything. So they walked through the door. And they say, are these boxes going? We're like, yeah, we're moving home. We phoned you to say we were moving home and book you to actually be the ones that move us to the new home. Obviously, we didn't say that sarcastically to them, but that's what we were thinking. They said, oh, well, that's going to be, they told my flatmate that's going to be an extra charge. Okay, fair enough. An extra charge. That's okay, I think. So they start getting the furniture down and they start getting the boxes down, and they spent a good amount of time. They'd had it all. They had the van entirely filled pretty much within an hour, and we knew there were going to be an extra charge, so we were just waiting on this extra charge to come up. We didn't find out what the extra charge was until that van was completely filled. And the extra charge, bearing in mind, just get my figures up again. So bearing in mind, the cost that we thought we'd paid for moving our entire contents of our home to our new place, we thought we'd already paid £474. We'd had a quote from another company, which was 500. So we thought, maybe £100 at most, maybe. But we couldn't understand why if you're moving home, they're not just going to know that they're going to be bringing boxes. We assumed that they're asking for details about the furniture, just so that they knew about where they could fill the van and what size van they'd need, something like that. The extra charge on top was £583. Now, this wasn't just a charge extra. They didn't just add that on, make the 474 583. That was £583 on top of the £474. So we were over £1,000, and like completely in shock, because we had stuff to pay off at the new place, stuff that we had to set up for the older stuff that we had to set up for the old place, and pay off and everything like that. So yeah, so we had over £1,000 then that was paid, and we were in shock because that's not an extra charge. If you're paying more than what you initially paid, that's not an extra charge. An extra charge is you bought a video game and you're going to buy some content, some DLC, maybe a couple of quid, maybe a tenner if it's an add-on. You know, or you take a flight somewhere, you want to take an extra bag with you, they give you a little charge. It's not more than the initial price, but this one was. So we were in absolute shock. So anyway, we get us an Uber, gets to the new place. They're parked up outside, and again, because I didn't sort it, but there was something going on, and it turned out that because where we live now, it's like a bit of a courtyard, so the van couldn't go underneath. Now, it's literally just around the corner. It's not far at all, and it's probably less distance than the old place. But the old place, you went straight through the door and you had a bit of a way to get to our apartment. Whereas this place was outside. Once you got to the apartment door, it was pretty much straight up. A lot easier, a lot quicker to get to. But they then informed us that there was a distance charge. Now, we knew that there were a gate around the back that we could probably get sorted. So we were trying to sort that out, trying to sort out getting the code so that we could unlock it. So they started offloading stuff, and we had to pay £180 distance charge on top of the £474 we paid, and then on top of the £583 that we just paid extra for about 20 boxes and a couple of suitcases, and a couple of bin bags of stuff. So we were just like, we were starting to get annoyed. Anyway, so we get the gate open at the back, we get the code and we get the gate open. They drive around, and one of them speaks to somebody, or says they're speaking to somebody on the phone, and they say, oh, well, we can give you a refund. You've been really helpful, because we took the boxes in as well. We helped offload stuff. We didn't just sit about. So they said, oh yeah, we'll sort out the refund, but it'll take up to 14 days to do. So anyway, that being it, we get everything offloaded into the new apartment, start setting stuff up. So a week goes by and there's been no sign of this refund. So we phoned the company up to find out where it is, and they say they had no right to give you a refund, even though they only took a few stuff up before we got moved round. It wasn't much, but they charged us 180 quid for it. So they said, out of respect or whatever it was, we'll give you £30 back. You've charged us over £1,000 for moving not more than a mile round the corner, and there wasn't that much stuff. We had a bit of furniture and we had some boxes each. So this company then said, oh, we'll look into it, we'll give you a call back in 24 hours. No call back at all. So my flatmate calls them again, and they say, well, we'll look into the inventory again and we'll give you a call back in 24 hours. Within 24 hours, should I say. Again, no call back. So when he calls back to find out after that, he says to them, what were the inventory? to which they say you had 50 boxes. We did not have 50 boxes. All of the boxes of the stuff that we've emptied are in the front living room. And there are 20 boxes. There were 4 suitcases and a couple of bin bags. I think there were about 4 bin bags, which had like bed, the quilting and all that kind of stuff. And then there was also a wash basket and one of the baskets where you put all your dirty laundry in. And that was it. You know, there was probably less than 30 boxed items altogether. And they've got it listed down as 50, which it just absolutely was not. So we've now paid nearly 1,003. How much was it? Let's have a look. So it was 1,237 quid. Bearing in mind, the other company was 500 quid, and that was everything. So he starts looking into the company. First of all, finds out they're on Watchdog. Yeah, they're on Watchdog, same practices, bad customer service. But we also then find out that they're not actually a company. Now, the company name is called AnyVan, which you'll see from the title of the video. They're called AnyVan, and they are not a company. What they are is a marketplace where they get like little companies, little businesses, or people who own their own vans, and they get them to go and do the jobs and stuff like that. What we didn't also notice as well is that they're not actually a removal company. So why the app Canopy, which is for people who are moving home, why that app suggests them when they are literally a delivery company. They're not a removal company, they're a delivery company. Removal companies charge by the hour, delivery companies charge by the item. So they are a delivery company. And Canopy, the app that you have to use when you are renting and you are moving, for a lot of the estate agents over here in the UK, it recommends them, which is ridiculous. There's obviously some money going into pockets and some paid advertisements, because there are companies that will do it for less money because they charge by the hour, not by the package. Anyway, we have been at our wits' end with this company. They tell you they'll phone you back in 24 hours. They never do. We've consistently tried to sort this out, because the amount of money, they should have told us before we loaded that van up how much that extra charge was going to be. Not once it was loaded, because then they've got us on the hook. They've got the entire van loaded up ready, and then what we're going to do is say, oh, we'll have to take everything off, because I'm sure there'll be a charge for that as well. If we'd have said, okay, well, we'll get another company to do it, we would be paying another 500 quid anyway for another company. And as for the distance charge, the distance that they walked from the new apartment to the old apartment was pretty much the same. The only difference is, once you got to the old apartment, the distance inside the apartment to get to our flat was all inside, whereas here it was outside. But it wasn't, it's like, it's probably about 30 yards. It might not even be that, to be honest. It might be about 20 to 30 yards. And they were just awful. There were points where they looked like they were pretending to talk to somebody on the phone. They had an earpiece. One of them kept disappearing. And it was on the phone all the time. I think they were just more out to scam us. So I'm doing this video. If you're about to move and you've got the Canopy and it says, use AnyVan, they're amazing. They only charge £49 for whatever. Do not touch them. Do not go near them. Google them. Watch the YouTube videos. They have been on Watchdog. They have been in trouble for all the same kind of stuff. The customer service. The 3 lads that helped were okay, but one of them, I think he owned the company, but I can't really prove it. Well, he owned his company, not AnyVan. Anyway, so that's my experience with AnyVan. Wouldn't recommend them. Maybe if you've only got one piece of furniture that you need to send somewhere, fair enough. Send that piece of furniture with them. It might be cheaper. But if you're moving home, don't use them. Why Canopy is advertising them? They're obviously getting paid by them or making money out of it. Because it's the same with all these credit reference companies. They're there to try and show you your credit reference and to help you to do well and to get better at it. And they constantly, you can get this loan, you can get this. What is up with that? You know, why are they telling us to keep, to go for this card or try and get this card? They're trying to get you into a position where your credit rating is good, not where you're using lots of money and taking more stuff out. Anyway, I don't get it. But yeah, that's my video. Anyway, I just wanted to do a video on it because, quite honestly, it's made me so angry. I wouldn't touch AnyVan with a barge pole. I don't know how, if you've come to this video because you're a subscriber, or you've come to this video because you are you've had experience yourself, or you were YouTubing to see if you could find out if anybody else had used them, then put a comment in the comments block. Tell me your experience with them. Were they good for you? Did you have a bad experience? Did you have a good experience? You know, just because I had a bad experience doesn't mean to say that everybody else did, but obviously I think it depends on who you end up getting, because with them being like a marketplace and not an actual company that sends people, it means that you are going to get different people. So somebody might get somebody who's really professional and doesn't try and scam you at every corner. Fortunately, we didn't do that. We ended up being definitely scammed. There's no other way to do it. No other way to say it. It was definitely scammed. But if you had a good experience, let me know in the comments. If you had a bad experience, very interested to know as well. I was looking through some of the reviews. Like, subscribe this video, obviously. It'd be great if I could get more subscribers. I've got more travel stuff coming out. I'm just working on some videos, and I did go to Blackpool as well back in July, which I'm still trying to do the videos for. So anyway, thank you for watching. Like I say, like, subscribe below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi guys, just a little update. So we've just found out as well in the last day, sort of since I recorded this, that the company, so basically the driver, when we had the extra stuff coming on, has reported a massive amount more than what we actually had. Now bearing in mind, they had one of those small boxed lorries that you get, as well as the furniture. They basically claim that we had 50 large boxes, 35 smaller boxes, and 7 suitcases. Now, they wouldn't have fit in that lorry. With all the furniture that we had, there was no way that would have fitted in that lorry. Also, on top of that, I mean, they're claiming that in total it was about 92 items extra. We classed less than 35. We went through, we've got all the boxes that we unpacked, and there was about 20 or 21 of them. We had 3 suitcases, and then there were a couple of bags, couple of bin bags as well of stuff. And that was it. It was less than 35 items. We made it out to be about 31 when we sat and counted them. So they've massively over-exaggerated. That's why the fee for the extra stuff was £583, because they've lied about what we've got. Now, the old place we did live at, fortunately, does have a camera, so I'm hoping I can get hold of the footage and I can show exactly what they did take. And then that way, I'll put it up on the channel as well if I can get hold of it. And then that way, we can try and maybe go to court for it, because to be honest with you, this is... If they'd have put a couple of extra boxes in, it would have been frustrating. But the fact that they've claimed for 92 items, and we easily had about 32, is absolutely disgusting. So do not use AnyVan. Do not touch them with a barge pole. And I'm going to try and pursue this as much as I can. I'm not even sure if they're based in the UK, because they are a market and they just basically send individuals. And you might end up getting some really decent people, but for us, we ended up getting absolute scammers. They withheld the actual inventory list from us for this long. We didn't send it us and say, oh, this is what we've taken or anything like that. We just trusted them. Do not use them. That's the update anyway. Hopefully I might have another update at a later date. But if you are moving anywhere, do not touch AnyVan. Thanks, and I will see you on the next one. And hopefully it's be a travel video, a nicer one. Cheers. Bye for now.